Baby, you have got to be careful with who you say you don't know, okay? You got to be careful with who you say you do not know. Woo! We have got a time to have with y'all this afternoon. We got a couple of, well, actually, one more thing that I just saw that we got to talk about. So, you know what? These little random live pull-ups, I'm kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying? Let me give y'all some tea too. My YouTube manager told me to start going live more anyway. So I'm like, all right, will we follow an instruction around here? How y'all doing? When y'all step up into the room, let us know where you watching from. We won't be able to greet everybody in the, hey, how you doing type of way. But I'm trying to allow some more people to come into the room. Chester, Virginia, I see you. Okay. Alexandria, Virginia, I see you. Virginia is all up and through. Hey, Sky Squad. What's going on, Squad? Squad in the building. I need some t-shirts that say, hey, Squad. That might be it, y'all. That might be it. I always be wondering, like, what should I put on a t-shirt? What y'all want on there? Y'all want to say, hey, Squad? I feel like that's it right there. That might be it. Because I was like, I don't know if I want to just, I've always wanted to do some merch. Oh, my. I love that. Oh, my. It might be that. Oh, my. Hey, Squad. Yeah, you got to be careful with who you say you don't know. Okay? 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 Huntsville, we got some news. We got some news. So stick around for the Huntsville bit of tea that we got. We're gonna have a good time. If you stop by here expecting to get some drive-through tea, I'm telling you, you are not at Starbucks today. Okay, you are at the Richie tea kettle. Okay, and so it take a second to brew. We're gonna have a good time, and that's what we do over here. So again, you looking for drive-through tea? Starbucks is over there. Okay, but around here, we're gonna meet and greet. We're gonna have a good time. Everybody gonna talk to each other because we ain't talked all week. All right. And we just gonna make it do what it do. Listen, I told y'all NeNe was gonna make some good radio. I told y'all it was gonna be good. But you gotta also be prepared to see who gonna respond and how they gonna respond. You know what I'm saying? Okay, especially when people got the receipts that you done reached out to them. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. Traffic is thick today, baby. Tony, Miss Tony, I'm sorry for you. No, the tea won't burn you, but it is quite tasty. Okay, it is quite tasty. It's a little bit of peach tea up in here. Okay, hey. Now come on with it now, J&K Custom Design. Give me put down that email. That mailing address. Shoot me an email, something. Give me some. Give us some of that good flavor. What you got? Okay. Maybe she forgot. I told y'all she need to do a full time. If NeNe was on the radio, do y'all know how much we would have to talk about on a day-to-day basis? NeNe gonna give you something to talk about. Okay. Come on with it. The peach tea. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. So, as you guys may recall, yesterday, the word on the curb really was about Robin Dixon and Juan Dixon and the admission that Robin already knew about this woman, running around telling everybody with two ears that will listen about her alleged experience with Juan. Well, it turns out it wasn't too alleged, okay? Robin, for some reason, hops up on the Reasonably Shady podcast, admits all the tea about Juan communicating with this lady, helping this lady out in her hour of need when she lost her wallet, allegedly, and everything. Yes, good Samaritan. And so, of course, this news makes its way to the Breakfast Club. And so NeNe on the Breakfast Club really was talking about, well, this is what happened. She read the story and she was talking about Robin Dixon and she said the starless Robin Dixon. Now, what she meant by that, for those of you guys who are a little bit late and who may not have seen this, I'm just reviewing it. She meant by this, well, that all the stars from Housewives are gone. And I'm assuming, I can only assume, she may be talking about people like herself, like Lisa Vanderpump, like Bethany Frankel. But I don't know, like, because there are some other stars like the Garcelle Bouvets who are still on the show, right? Meanwhile, and if you missed her saying starless on the Breakfast Club, oh, never fear, my friends, because she also said it on Carlos King's Instagram. Oh, yes. You need further proof? Here it go. So Carlos King then had posted his response to Robin's admission, okay, that she knew about Juan's alleged, well, not alleged, communications with this woman. And we're going to say that's what it was because that's what she said. And, you know, he did an entire video entitled The Problem with Potomac and Reality TV, right? So as you guys can see here, NeNe Leakes jumped into the chat and then she again doubled down on her starless point. Didn't I tell y'all NeNe was gonna make some good? I told y'all NeNe was gonna make some good radio. Now y'all ain't. I don't know if you believe me or not, but I said it. I said NeNe is gonna have us. Now I ain't say this verbatim, but I did. I felt like NeNe was gonna have us gagging. Okay, and NeNe yet again has us gagging. Okay, well, not everybody. All right. So we're gonna. So again, here is the starless point. Okay, Exhibit A in the case of stars or starless. Okay, Exhibit A. Okay, Exhibit A. Now, let's take it over to Exhibit B. Now, for those of you guys who may have missed it, we have, you know, altered the audio just a bit so we can, you know, dissect it here. All right. So do not be offended when you hear an audio that sounds a little slower than what it normally might be. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's for the sake of us being able to talk about it. And this audio was remixed by our friends over at the Bro Chat. Now, the Bro Chat posted this. I literally had woke up from my nap and I was like, oh snap, it's going down in the streets, right? So let's take a listen to what NeNe had to say just yesterday, okay, regarding this whole situation.
The difference between famous and being known.
There is.
That's all.
Now, again, NeNe's argument, which I agree with, is there is a difference between being famous and being known. So I want you guys to understand that, like being famous, okay, and being, you know, known. All right.
A lot of them on the Real Housewives franchises were famous.
They all famous?
I would think so, especially on the Potomac in Atlanta.
They're famous?
NeNe is.
I thought so.
Oh my God.
Candy is famous.
Yes.
Escape, Candy. Okay, but never mind.
You something else.
I haven't even said anything. I'm just looking at y'all. Say what now? Just tell me again.
It's the just tell me again for me, okay? It's just tell me again. For what? Did I say what now? Just tell me again.
Okay, well, I will give Candy, yeah. Everyone else.
Well, I've got you.
Okay, so Ebony was on the Breakfast Club and she had a follow-up today because they asked her about it because, you know, she was a former housewife, okay? And so Ebony, oh God, it's mixed in together. Just watch.
Unique perspective. Gentlemen, as you both know, I was the first black woman on Real Housewives of New York.
NeNe said she didn't know who you are.
Yeah, that's so interesting to me.
And you know when somebody pull up the phone, they got it on the ready, okay? When you're talking to somebody and they said they don't know you, and then they be like, oh, you know, well, that's so interesting to me, and then they go right to it, okay?
Though, because I'm looking at my Instagram DMs, and there you go, Envy. You can see.
That is a receipt.
That's a receipt. Yeah, you can read that.
Well, this is
because NeNe, in fact, says she did not know Ebony K Williams either, okay? This is what it was. Fabs 101 says people are just looking for the shade. What she said was clear. Absolutely, what she said was clear. Okay, but when she also said she did not know who Ebony K Williams was, that was clear too. Okay.
From NeNe Leakes, February 3rd at 9:07 a.m. Are you still on the show? 3 days later, February 12th. Hello.
Now
This is from NeNe Leakes, February 3rd at 9:07 a.m. Are you still on the show? 3 days later, February 12th. Hello.
First of all, can you not hear NeNe Leakes? Did you not hear this in NeNe Leakes' voice? Can you not hear her saying, "Are you still on the show?" Hello.
Read that.
Well, this is from NeNe Leakes, February 3rd at 9:07 a.m. Are you still on the show? 3 days later, February 12th. Hello.
Who was even on that show?
Ebony K Williams was on the show.
She was on it.
I don't know her either.
Now see, now this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay. NeNe has said in yesterday's interview that she did not know who Ebony K Williams was either. When she said, who is still on that show when they talked about Real Housewives of New York?
3 days later, February 12th. Hello.
Who was even on that show?
Ebony K Williams was on the show.
She was on it.
I don't know her either.
No, I don't know her either.
And then 2 days from that, Ebony K Williams was.
Hold on, Miss Judy. That's fine. You ain't got to laugh, but the rest of us are.
Response, hello, NeNe. Happy to chat in person. My cell is. Let me know next time you're in New York City.
Yo, NeNe is so crazy. Like, are you still on the show? I can just hear the shade in her. Hello.
So NeNe does know who you are.
And then she proceeded to call.
So then they called and they had a conversation.
Per my instruction, or invitation rather.
Oh, she
and
did call you?
Yes, we had a very lovely chat.
No.
Now, see, I think it's the I don't know her either part that is like, and then Ebony with the receipts, like, well, girl, yes, you do. Okay, because didn't you call me last? Wasn't it on February 3rd that you had that text me and said, "Is you still on the show?" Hello.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure what was meant when she came on this beloved program and said, "I don't know her." Factually,
hello.
Not true.
Yeah.
But I want to say this. So that is just a lie. Okay, so you do know me.
Not as a lie.
NeNe, and you do.
not
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
But it was all a lie.
Know that I was the first and only Black housewife. Okay, so anyway.
So if you catch somebody lying, does that mean their whole testimony is a lie?
I would argue that at closing, Envy.
You got to get into the exchange. They said, would you argue? I can't.
Damn.
I would argue that now you have no credibility on the topic.
Lying, does that mean their whole testimony is a lie?
I would argue that at closing, Envy.
Damn.
I would argue that now you have no credibility on the topic.
Not the Law and Order music. Bro, I'm telling y'all, this was remixed by Bro Chat. FYI, I had nothing to do with these sound effects, but they are hilarious and sending me, okay? They are sending me, baby.
And you have a reputation for lying.
Is this a closed case?
Case closed?
No, not case closed.
Okay.
Well, guilty of hating for sure. And you absolutely.
She said guilty of hating. I can't even catch my breath. She said guilty of hating, y'all. Is NeNe guilty of hating?
No, not case closed.
Okay.
Well, guilty of hating for sure, and
Gotcha.
guilty of lying because you absolutely reached out to me. I didn't reach out to you. But also,
The question
the
she
difference is, because I do agree with NeNe on the broader point of being
Okay, so she does agree with NeNe about the point of being famous or being known. Okay.
known,
And
being
famous.
different, famous. Bravo Housewives, Charlamagne specifically, we have a particular rabid fan base. They actually have a name, Bravo Celebrity.
That's true.
That's
true.
called a Bravo Celebrity.
That's true. I mean, you do call a person who is known for being on Bravo a Bravo celebrity, and they have a whole BravoCon experience to prove that. So I guess it depends on, and again, I talked about it yesterday. There's this idea of fame for a particular thing, and then there's also this idea of being famous, right?
So when your celebrity is rude, if you were not a known individual, but for being a housewife, you're a Bravo celebrity. Really, really big celebrities. Like you say, people standing in line, people knocking, people fainting, people passing out, all of that. That's great.
Cause I seen them do that to Giselle and Robin at their live podcast.
So Charlamagne says that he has seen, the people falling out and fainting at Giselle and Robin's live podcast. Now, I have not been to their podcast. I barely like to go out to, events where it's a whole bunch of people anyway. But the people now, have you been to the live podcast? Are the people falling out and fainting and passing out, because sometimes as if they, because it could be like the second sighting of Michael Jackson. Okay, when you see Robin and Giselle, for some people, I mean, because everybody got somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that. I have seen that. I've seen them do it with some of my dumb castmates.
Ooh, now shade. We got some tea on that situation too.
So former castmate. So I believe that. That is different though.
That was a shot. Dumb. That was a shot.
Well, they dumb. You saw this season. Anyways,
Listen, she is not letting her foot up off of them ladies' necks on that show.
that is different though, y'all, than being, I would say, a bona fide celebrity with an actual skill set. Because I'm not a hater. I will credit NeNe as I have done on this show, as I've done on The View.
She did call NeNe Leakes an icon on The View. And that was again posted on Bro Chat's page. I'll put Bro Chat's link down in the description down below. But it's also right here, but you might not be able to see it.
As host frequently, that NeNe transcended housewives as a genre. And I would say NeNe became famous beyond being a housewife.
These are all true facts as well. NeNe did transcend the genre. Okay, the genre. I like that.
All right. What's the moral of the story? Well, we should ask.
NeNe was also on The View. Okay, y'all remember that?
What's the verdict?
What's the verdict?
The verdict is guilty on all counts.
Not the verdict is guilty.
I just need a gavel. At the same time, the culture does owe her tremendous debt for what she's done for reality.
Bam. Okay. Well stated, Ebony. Well stated. Let me tell y'all something. This whole exchange was hilarious to me. And it again underscores to me why I feel as though NeNe Leakes is missed and needed on and in this pop culture landscape. It just underscores what I said yesterday. She just makes good radio/TV. You know what I'm saying? But Ebony also had and listen, if you want a read, okay, Ebony K Williams is gonna give you a read, okay? And it's going to be an educated read, likely dripping in fact, okay? Dripping in actual factual documentation, okay? Because as they always say in those multi-level marketing companies, documentation beats conversation. Chime in if you ever heard that from an MLM person, from any of those MLM. Listen, if you were in an MLM, Listen, I give you praise, but that's what they always say. Documentation beats conversation. Okay. And that's how you do it, right? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Starless. Oh God. This will forever take me out. It's not starless. Not starless. Okay. Baby, let me tell you something. I have gotten my ever-loving life over the news over these past couple of days. It has just been thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. Okay. It's been thing after thing after thing. Okay. Thing after thing after thing. And everything just sends me in. We're gonna be using that forever. Okay. How many of you guys saw the interview with Ashley Silva that is out right now? If you have not gone to check that out, please check it out. We had a good old time yesterday. I typically pre-record my interviews because I personally just like to make sure that should anything happen in the interview, like something cut out or something like that, I can edit it and make it nice and pretty. Okay. Make it nice and pretty for y'all. Okay. Now, this next story, we's going to take it on over. All right. I'm going to show y'all the headline because I literally just saw it before I got on the stage. It was so random to me. I was like, now wait a second now. Where did this come from? So our friends over at the Urban Bell Mag are stating that Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are speculating that Destiny was fired due to Carlos King's recent comments. Okay. Due to Carlos King's recent comments. Now, this just took me by surprise. Because I know I had just talked to Destiny the other week. And she didn't say nothing about this. She gave every indication that she was coming back. So here I am thinking and asking questions as if she's coming back. Can you imagine Love and Marriage Huntsville without a Destiny? I can't. Now, let's get into the story. All right. All right, so here's what they're saying. Because this again stems from Carlos King's interview. Well, not interview, but his response to Potomac, especially Robin Dixon's announcement that she knew all about this. Robin, you just caused a whole lot of mess. Okay. Robin has caused the most mess in at the end of January and the beginning of February. I'm like, girl, now I don't know. Now, should they bring you back or not? Because you're causing a bunch of controversy and news. Is you gonna do this during the season next year, or you're gonna try to save it for your Patreon? All right. Meanwhile, okay. So good. Whew. Got my heart beating for a second there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. It's all Robin's fault. Okay, it's all Robin's fault. Meanwhile, now on the broadcast, Carlos said, Urban Bell Mag sites couldn't have been me. None of my cast members will ever say that, indicating what Robin has said and spilling her tea and then telling people to go to Patreon. He says, forget being on pause. You will be on the unemployment line, handed a pink slip. Okay. He says, I wish any of my cast members would go on a podcast and say that, because I would be like, well, you don't need to be on my show. Stick on your podcast. Run up your Patreon subscribers, because you ain't doing this. There's a reason why there's certain people that ain't on my show no more. I don't play games. Then he says, I know it's a privilege to work with Carlos King. That's why 96% of reality women are in my DMs begging me to give them a show. Okay. So then they go back into, Destiny and Kimmy getting into it about Destiny being on the show. And then apparently Carlos used the reunion moment to reveal that producers have told them that Destiny is too hard to work with. So this is why fans are speculating that she had been let go. Okay. So we did get someone in the chat saying that she had been spotted filming or something like that. Oh my goodness, y'all. Like, I'm trying to figure out, but who is he? Who could it have been? You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Destiny, who could it be? It's got me scared, y'all. It's got me scared. All right. Is it somebody that's been let go? Because, Huntsville and Bell Collective are filming, but he named all the ladies from Bell Collective, but he did not name all the ladies from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Three of the names that he left off of that list of ladies from Love and Marriage Huntsville were Stormy, Destiny, and Tiffany. And maybe it was just because they're not the original three that he did not name them when he was naming names, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Robin knows and it's on her Patreon. Oh God. What do y'all think? Let us know down in the chat down below. I do have there is one more news story that I need to talk about. He also didn't mention Miss Wanda either. He didn't mention Miss Wanda, so that's another person that he didn't mention. Do y'all watch? Were y'all trying to watch Real Housewives of New York, the Legacy show? Chime down in the chat if you were. Apparently, y'all, if you were a fan of Real Housewives of New York Legacy, the cast negotiations have allegedly stalled. Kelly, Luann, Sonia, and Dorinda were all ready to sign on the dotted line, but Jill Zarin was allegedly looking for a bigger paycheck and wanted more coin. Okay. She wanted more episodes because they were allegedly only being guaranteed 4 episodes out of 6 or 8. I'm not sure. And Jill wanted more episodes. And then Luann, the people had caught Luann posted up in a cafe, stressed, reading through the headlines. They say she was looking upset because the coin ain't gonna be coming if they can't keep these negotiations coming. Now, my thought is, yes, it is always Jill. Jill, girl, nobody was checking for you. Okay, let's just be clear. No one was checking for you until they brought you back for Ultimate Girls Trip. And even there, it wasn't like you was the centerpiece, okay? So you just be thankful because they weren't gonna film this thing but for so long anyway. It was only gonna be a few episodes. So my thing is, girl, if you don't take these coins that they was throwing your way, add it to your portfolio and keep it pushing, and then ask for more in the next season if they do another one. Okay, it's the audacity of it all for me. It's the audacity of it all. Just honestly do what you need to do. Get yourself back on TV on a consistent basis. Parlay that into something else, or don't do it, right? Just simply gracefully bow out, and so somebody else can take that spot. But at the end of the day, like, girl, come on now. Like, you holding up the progress. There are real fans of Real Housewives of New York that, like me, like myself, who, if you cannot get on the bandwagon, because truth be told, you was gone for longer than the show was actually really, really good, point blank in the period, right? She was there for the first, 4 seasons. And then when the show got real good, she wasn't even there. So it wasn't like you was a real contributor to the success of the show overall. You were simply there in the beginning. And yes, you did, I believe, help do some casting, but let's not get in over our heads, shall we? This is just, you can't, listen, y'all, you can't be money hungry in life, okay? You can't be money hungry in life. You go in, you negotiate for your value, obviously, and if she considers her value to be above it all, then don't come back. But you negotiate for your value because you know she, and that's the other thing too. You know she want to come back. If you know who Jill is, and if you know this franchise, you know that Jill Zarin likely wants to be back on this show, probably more than anybody else. Okay. Mel NYC Review says Cass leaked that story about Jill. Yes, I know it's a leaked story because Andy talked about it on his show. It's definitely leaked, but all of it's leaked. You gotta look to see who benefits the most from the story. So let's take a look. Who benefits the most from this story leaking? Likely the rest of the cast that wants to do the show is probably allegedly. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But it would make sense that the rest of the cast would leak the story about her if she was the one who was holding up the negotiations. Okay? To let the world know who exactly it is. So I don't know. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see how it goes. All I know is get it together, ladies. Get it together. Y'all are stronger together. All right. That's the tea that we got for y'all today. Listen, I had not laughed so hard when I saw that story with Ebony and NeNe. It just took me to pieces. Starless. Oh God, I will never forget that. See, NeNe has just left us yet again with another one-word phrase that we will remember for the rest of our lives. Starless. And with that, Skye Squad, we will catch you guys in the next video.